the Ring Fanatics Podcast, episode number 13. I am Nick, your host, and with me as always, my co-host Joel. Once again, always continue to subscribe to our YouTube page, follow our Spotify, follow our socials. Continue on supporting our podcast so you can help us grow. Today, main topic is going to be about War Games. War Games is happening this Sunday, live on WWE Network. One of my favorite takeovers of the year has to be War Games. But before we even get to that, we have to talk about what happened last night on AEW. I can't not talk about that.
What a show it was.
What a show it was.
Wow.
Jesus.
Where do we even start?
I didn't even plan that out. I didn't even know what to start on that. So many things happened. It's like, oh my God.
And it was like actually good matches. Like it wasn't like, oh, just because a lot of people were like, oh, of course, Sting showed up. And everybody was like, oh, Sting. But like there was actually good matches. Like the match that was going on, the tag match was actually a great match.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, Sting just showed up. First time in 18 years he's been on TNT. Insane. This was one of the moments that, even though a lot of people were like, oh, the internet ruined it for me, I didn't read nothing. I didn't know nothing was happening. It was a genuine wrestling fan pop for me. Like I was like, holy shit, Sting. Like I was surprised.
Yeah.
Did you know it was coming?
I mean, I'll be honest. I kind of did. Not today. Not last night. But I had a feeling he was eventually going to show up.
Oh, no, there was always rumors of Sting going to AEW. Yeah, there was always rumors. But, like, just to randomly just show up.
I was kind of expecting somebody to show up. Because usually on AEW, when they have these type of shows that have a theme to it, somebody shows up.
But he didn't even fit the theme. That's
exactly
that's
what confused me too. That's what I told you yesterday. I was like, I'm confused, but I'm like, wait, why? I'm like, because I was like, it's winter is coming. What does Sting have to do with winter?
Yeah. Like,
and the video package they had before that, I was like, I wasn't thinking Sting. I was like, who would think Sting off of that?
Yeah.
And I guess that's a great way to like say, oh, that got me. You know, like I didn't know that.
Because it got me. It was like a genuine pop. Like I was like, wow, like this is actually happening.
Yeah, but I was kind of confused. I'm like, still, why would you put Sting in a winter episode of AEW?
Yeah.
He's more of a darker character. It should have been like a darker show, like Halloween or something.
Yeah, but I guess it was just to throw people off, which it did, because nobody was expecting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to see what he does with AEW. Like, I genuinely think he'll have at least 1 or 2 matches. I don't think he'll be a full-time guy.
Yeah.
I think he didn't like the way his run happened in WWE, and he wasn't letting his career finish like that.
Yeah.
He wasn't just gonna let it end losing to Triple H at WrestleMania and getting injured by Seth Rollins at Night of Champions?
Yeah, Night of Champions. What? That's what I hope he gets like one. I hope it's not like a full-time wrestler. I mean, he's in his 60s, man. No, and he has an injured neck from the last time he wrestled. Well, I would play it safe if I were him.
Well, we don't know how bad his neck is.
That is true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I think WWE was just being cautious with clearing him. As we saw, it took 10 years to clear Edge. I mean, like 6 or 7 years to clear Edge. It took, I don't even know how long to clear Daniel Bryan. And that was just them fighting it. He rather say, instead of fighting it, I'm going to just leave. And I'm going to go somewhere else that will let me do it. So I don't think he'll do a lot. I think he'll do like 1 or 2 matches.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a big backstage presence, though.
Yeah, but I hope he does like a manager role with Darby Allin. Them two together.
Oh, yeah.
That would be amazing. I mean, Darby is good on the mic, but I feel like we haven't really seen him on the mic since he's been in AEW. So might as well have a manager with him. And then someone like exactly similar character to him, then the face paint and all that stuff, dark character, than Sting.
No, definitely. One match I would love to see, which right now it doesn't look like it's happening because he's kind of a face right now, is Sting and Cody.
Yeah.
Sting and Cody. That's a match right there.
But he still has Shaq, though. You can't forget Shaq's match that he's still hyping up.
Stop it.
Shaq.
I need Cody and Sting. Or even Darby and Sting. That would be
cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. TNT Championship match right there.
Definitely. Awesome. But that was not the only thing that happened last night.
Mm-hmm.
Last night was also the the title match.
Yeah, Omega won finally.
Wow. And I know people were kind of trashing the match because of Moxley, and they were like, "Oh, he can't go through a match without bleeding." Da 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 da.
That's his
Listen,
thing though. That's his thing.
yeah,
He's
and it gave to the story. Gave to
yeah
the story that Kenny turned heel. Gave to the story. He hit him with the mic, and just told the story. Oh wow, like the champ is down. You know what I
yeah
mean? Like it wasn't like, oh, he's just bleeding for no reason. I feel like he doesn't do that at all. I feel a lot of people critique AEW on the bleeding, but like it's not. I don't think they overdo it. People think they overdo it. I think they do it in the right spots. You
yeah
know what I mean? Like people were saying Cody didn't need to bleed that much against when he went against Dustin. Yes, he did. It was telling the story that they were both just it was out of hatred. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it told the story. I feel like everything they do is when he got hit by Sean Spears, that chair shot, wow. By the way, never talked about it. That chair shot, insane. But I feel they use it when they're trying to tell a story. So
Yeah.
I think Ambrose, yeah, he bleeds a lot, but it's also showing he's human. He's a champion, but even though he's undefeated, he's human. He can get hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
So
then also after that,
the
Callis coming and Don Callis helping him out. I found it kind of fishy when he was on commentary. I was
yeah, I'm
like,
like, why is he here? Like this is kind of
exactly.
random.
Exactly. Out of all people to do commentary for this match, like why him? When I saw him stand up, I said something is about to go down. I don't know what it is, but it's about to go down.
You know what Omega and Callis said last night?
What?
You know what all that said?
What did that say?
Omega straight up said, "Fuck you, AEW. I'm leaving. I'm out." He literally straight up took the championship, dipped to Impact. You want to know why? He low key signed a contract with Impact. That's why he dipped.
You
That's
think
why
so?
yeah. I feel like I mean, obviously they're working together. I feel like they're
No,
definitely doing
yeah.
a partnership. Yeah. So like definitely they probably allowed him like, hey, say that you're in contract with a Impact. He's like, you know what? I won your championship. I'm taking it with me. Fuck it.
And I like how they're doing this.
Yeah.
Like how in the old days, champions used to just show up on different territories and different federations. It's different. You know what I mean? Like
It's like how RVD went to ECW, won the WWE Championship and ECW Championship. He was on
yeah,
both shows.
yeah.
He took the WWE Championship off Cena, and now
This
he's
guy,
EC.
this guy did it while he was signed to WWF. He went Taz. He went to ECW, won the championship, showed up on SmackDown with the ECW championship, but then
Yeah.
took the L to Triple H because Triple H don't lose.
Exactly.
But I like it. I love seeing this. I want to see where it goes. There's a lot of stuff that can happen with either him turning his back on AEW, like you guys didn't give me the moment to shine. You guys took this long to give me a title shot. Like there's so many ways you can go with this. And now even thinking the matches you can have with both these brands.
Yeah.
And also, nobody's talking about this, but Impact has been talking about working with New Japan.
Yeah.
If we get all these, like, I don't even know what, like, all these companies working together, it's over. I think they're going to run the show for now. Because WWE right now only focuses on WWE. Like, to Vince, no other company exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even when AJ came in, he was iffy on putting AJ in the Rumble because he didn't know if people were going to know him. He didn't know if he was going to get a reaction. So it was like, let's see what happens with this guy. And surprised that AJ got the reaction he did. But it's because he only sees WWE. He doesn't see all these other companies.
Yeah, it doesn't think because he doesn't know any other like when a superstar from NXT goes up to the main roster, he doesn't know who they are. He doesn't even follow. He doesn't even follow NXT.
Exactly.
He doesn't even
and
follow.
They're under your brand.
Exactly.
Like,
that's under your brand.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is right now, New Japan is working with Ring of Honor. Impact is trying to make a deal with New Japan. If we get Ring of Honor, New Japan, Impact, and AEW all working together. Imagine the matches we get.
Ooh, that would be. There's
And
a whole bunch.
also, don't forget, we do have Bullet Club members that are still cool with the Elite members. And we also have a very big person in Ring of Honor who's actually a booker named Marty Skrull, which that's who I actually thought was coming out last night.
I know, me too. I'm surprised he never showed up.
But it's because he took a bigger own Ring of Honor. He's like a backstage guy now. Like, he also wrestles, but he's like helping them out. Yeah. So how is their in? They know Marty. They talk to Marty. They get all these companies to work together. That's what I felt. I felt it was weird when the Good Brothers didn't sign to AEW.
Yeah. Because
I think it was all this. I think it was like, I think it was working, like trying to get all these companies to work together. But how do you get them to work all together?
Have them all spread out. Yeah.
You need people in those companies.
Yeah.
So I think this is a genius move, I think.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah. That's
I can't say. There's so many things. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get way too ahead of myself right now.
No,
like, I would want to see all these matches, but it's like, let's see how it plays out. Let's see where they actually go. I want to see what happens first, and then I get excited for it.
Definitely.
But speaking, I mean, how'd you feel about the Omega win? By the way, I know you didn't like Omega winning the number one contender title tournament, but
I like it. I like it.
Now you do it. Now you do
it. Because he's a heel. I didn't like it as his little baby face and having the girl sweeping in front of him.
Yeah.
Like, it was just cheesy.
I'm glad they didn't have come out last night though.
Yes, and that's why I was like, he's gotta be turning if he wins because of that. It was just him making his entrance. Yeah. And that's why I had like a feeling. I was like, this all doesn't like. Then I thought maybe he'll just take a manager role, but when they ran backstage and he said, well, I'll see you on Tuesday. Like, I was like, whoa, this is about to pick up now.
Yeah, really.
And this is a time that wrestling really like takes a back seat because right now, especially like WWE fans, there's not a lot going on. Like, Royal Rumble's coming up, but that's at the end of January.
Yeah. So
usually after Survivor Series and like between Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, there's not a lot going on. They made a change. They're like, okay, there's nothing going on that show, but if you tune in Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you might see something you like.
Yeah, that's why I've been watching NXT more than Raw and SmackDown, because I'm like, might as well just keep it. Because that's the thing with me. If I watch Raw and SmackDown, if I don't like what's going on, I can always look forward to NXT. And it's like, I bet that's why I'm excited for War Games.
Yeah. NXT, I'll be real honest, don't watch it live.
You don't?
Nah, I always watch AEW.
You just follow up after,
Yeah, no, I do watch both shows, but I watch AEW live.
I usually switch channels in between, like depending on what match I don't like.
Oh no, I'll still do that, but I won't watch a full NXT except for like Halloween Havoc, like when they do the big shows.
Yeah. Because I always, like, even for AEW and NXT, whenever it's like the like a pay-per-view's coming up, I always have to watch the show. That's like for example, this week's Takeover, I had to watch NXT. For when Full Gear happened, I watched AEW that week because I had to like recap everything that's going on. Yeah. So I know what's actually happening. Like, okay, this is happening.
I had the same feeling, but then.
And then I watched.
I had to tune in, baby.
Exactly. I watched both of them. I was like, you know what, I can't watch both. I can't miss both. I have to watch both. But speaking of War Games,
War Games.
I guess we can get into the card. Talking about that. There was a match that got announced earlier today that I found out about. Tommaso Ciampa versus Thatcher. Do you like that feud? Are you excited for that feud? Even though they haven't been.
I'm iffy on it right now.
I'm excited for the. I'm excited for the match because I know that's going to be a great match. But the feud didn't build it up too much, so I'm like, okay, I don't know how I feel. It could have been built up more, but I'm just excited for it because the thing is, like, even if they have like a terrible storyline, the match is always better. So it's like, okay, that's good. But like, I'm just looking like I'm excited for the match itself, but the storyline doesn't really seem like it's gonna be a good match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And last night's scuffle that they had, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, it
didn't really hype. Yeah, it didn't really hype me up for the match. I was like, that's cute. You know what I mean? Like, it was like,
that's cute. But then, I mean, this is what I feel about Tommaso Ciampa though, because I feel like at this point I don't know what they're doing with him. They're just putting him in random feuds with random people, and
Yeah.
it's like, how much do you have left in NXT? Like,
Because
how
I think
much
right
does?
now, he's in a weird place that he does. They don't have nothing for him in
Yeah,
NXT because they think he would have been called up already.
yeah,
But he's not called up because they
because he
don't have
doesn't want
nothing
to.
for him. Yeah, that too. He don't want to, and maybe they don't have nothing, or maybe they asked him and he was like, "Nah, I'm not leaving." It. Now they're like, "Well, we gotta find
Yeah,
something for
yeah,
him." You know
change
what I
up.
mean?
Yeah. You
Yeah, like
gotta.
we got to find a feud for him.
Yeah, there's so many people
Cause
on the main roster that I want to see him over NXT right now because he's
yeah,
pretty much fought everybody at this point.
yeah, I feel the same way.
Like he's already gone. I mean, the only thing he hasn't really done yet was hold a North American Championship. That I can see him doing once before he gets called up. After he does that, it's like, okay, you got to go to the main roster, buddy. There's nothing here
But
for you, man.
but I don't know if they're gonna put him in that storyline. Like Gargano, like to see him and Gargano go back at it again. You
I
know what
mean,
I mean? Like
if it's other than Gargano, then yeah, I'll be fine with
yeah,
it. Because them
yeah.
two together, like we've seen enough of them too.
Like yeah, like I won't like knock it. Like I love their rivalry.
Yeah.
But that match, what was it at the Mania Takeover? Right? Was it Mania Takeover?
I no last year's or this year's.
No, this year that they had that was just it was just them in an empty arena. That was just a ring in the middle of a like
Oh yeah. That was this year's.
that was
Yeah.
it wasn't like the night before Mania, but it was
Yeah, it
like
was that week after. Yeah.
yeah.
I remember that now. I
I
think it
forgot
was.
what they called the match, but
I remember that now. That was when Karrion Cross debuted, right? That was when he came out and like attacked.
yes,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah. I
was in
remember
the
that.
car that he was in the car and they just passed by him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
But that was like the stamp to be like, all right,
Yeah.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
for NXT. I don't mean for the main roster, but for
Exactly.
NXT, that's it.
Yeah. I mean,
Because they also did that with Owens and Zayn where they put the stamp on it in NXT,
but they're
but
still.
they
Yeah.
feuded in the main roster. But also they got called up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I think nobody wants to get called up right now.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Especially after seeing what they're doing with Retribution. Like nobody
Uh,
wants to get called up.
yeah. Dominic Dijakovic went from him being dominant to Retribution. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
like
I th-
I'm
and I
confused.
think all these people that they've been asking, but they were like, nah, I'm staying in NXT. I wouldn't be surprised if I would have saw Gargano show up with a mask on. You know what I mean? If he was like, yeah, I'm down to move up, I wouldn't be surprised to see him with a mask.
No, that they would never do that. He wouldn't allow that. He wouldn't allow that. He'd like, no,
No,
call me
that's
up
why.
again. Yeah,
No, that's why he didn't get called up. And I
yeah.
think that's why because he was like, nah, I'm not doing that.
That's yeah. Because I feel it, man. But there've been talks about like having another show for NXT. Not like NXT UK or something, but like another week to do it, another
Nah,
day to do it.
they need to chill. They're right
Yeah,
giving it. Like we've talked about this. I like the 1 hour. It didn't give
yeah,
too much exposure to people. Now I feel like if you do another show, that's gonna be too much. Like right now, I feel like they have a lot of exposure. Like
yeah,
I feel like we're seeing Undisputed Era every week, and I think we're not getting tired of it yet because it's still fresh storylines.
yeah,
But like in the main roster, when we see everybody this every week, it's just the same old stuff. It's like it gets tiring. Like I said, I got tired of Seth Rollins.
yeah,
We should never got tired of Seth Rollins. He's one of the greatest of this generation right now.
yeah.
We should never get tired of him.
I'm glad. I'm
Guess
glad. I'm
what?
glad he's out for a while.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah. That's gonna help him a lot.
yeah,
That's
that's
gonna
gonna
help
help
him
him
a lot.
when he returns. That's gonna be big. And
Yeah.
and Becky too. But like it's Becky. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I know you don't like
But
her.
no, yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
huge too. And I hope she don't come back with the main character.
I hope it's just like herself. Like
yeah,
she doesn't need like the goggles that she had. She doesn't
yeah.
need the man.
You
Just come
know,
back as Becky as the same personality. Just come back
yeah,
as Becky.
yeah.
But I'm glad that they're doing this King Corbin feud now with the Mysterio family. Still creeped out about the Murphy Leo thing. But
that he's gonna turn on them. It's just
yeah,
a matter of
it's
time. It's like um we've seen this storyline before.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's not nothing new. We saw it like who was it that brought? I forgot who brought it up, but like Conan did this storyline when he was in Puerto Rico with the Colon family. He married the daughter. He tried to fit in and then turned on them. Bully Ray did it in TNA when he married
Hulk
Brooke
Hogan's daughter.
Hogan, and then he was like, "Oh, buddy," and all of a sudden he was the leader of Aces and Eights. So this is no different. I feel like it's just a matter of time before they do the marriage, and then he'll turn on them.
Yeah, and then
it's
maybe
just a
like
matter of time.
yeah,
and I think it'll happen before Mania, and I think we'll get that big Mania match of Dominic versus Murphy at Mania. Hopefully with a title attached.
I would rather see it. Yeah, I mean, if one of them wins the IC championship, then that'd be great.
Put her in a shark cage and have her just on top.
The winner gets Aaliyah. The winner gets Aaliyah back. Aaliyah on a pole man. Like the contract to hold custody of Aaliyah.
Yo. Gotta just put this ring up here.
Yeah,
Whoever gets it first.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can definitely see them doing that.
You see her like in a harness just spinning above the ring. Be like, what is going on?
Like, what is going on? like, what is it? Like a contract, the winner gets to
but yeah, I think we'll see it. I hope with a title attached, like what's on IC is in SmackDown right now, the IC title, or if not, just like it'll still be interesting because it'll have the storyline and they built it up. Like it's not a bad storyline. I think it's just taken a while to pay off. Like they've been doing this since before the draft.
Yeah.
And it's just been going slowly. I think they're waiting for WrestleMania. I feel.
Probably. Probably.
But we'll see. Unless something happens at Rumble where
Murphy eliminates one of the Mysterios.
Yeah. He's like, oh, my bad. And then slowly you start seeing that he's like a snake and
kind of like what MJF is doing with Inner Circle. Like they kind of like, oh, he's like, doing stuff like bad. Like everyone hates him in the group, and it's like, okay, what's sus?
But not really.
Yeah, it's kind of sus what he's doing. Yeah. But it's like, he's kind of like that. Like, oh, he's doing a mistake. Like, oh, I'm doing this for me and Aaliyah. You know, stuff like that. It's probably what's happening.
Yeah, and then it'll just build up slowly. But I think right now it's just too slow.
Yeah. It's
like they should have started it like around Survivor Series. Like they started it right after SummerSlam. Like it was like, relax.
Yeah.
This is supposed to hold me till Mania. Like, am I even gonna be still interested? Like I'm a wrestling fan, but
yeah. Sure.
Like I'm a diehard, so I'm gonna be interested all the time. But is like the casual fan gonna hold on to this storyline for what is it? So September, October, November, December, January, February, March. That's 8. Well, in March it happens. That's 7 months.
Damn.
That's 7 months for a storyline, unless it pays off like a Royal Rumble. But right now, you already have the storyline. Just wait till Mania. I think.
I think they should like kind of not wait till like you said, wait till Rumble or something to kind of have them, you know, in a negative way. Like, oh, have Murphy kind of slowly turning on them around Rumble, so I don't get this couple next month or two.
Make it look like you could even put the tag belts on Murphy and
that's
Dominic and make it look like, oh wow, they're buddies. Together. Yeah. And then it could even start there. They lose the tag titles because Murphy does something. You know what I mean? Like, it's. I don't know how we're not ready for that, man.
I know.
Yeah, it's like We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We say this every week, but
we'll see what happens.
Like, we've been saying that since like the first episode, since this storyline showed up. We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah. So 4 games. The next one I have up here is, I don't know how I feel about this match either. Dexter Lumis versus Cameron Grimes.
I'm actually excited for that match.
I mean, yeah, me too. I mean, I'm kind of.
I'm like, it's iffy.
Yeah, because I love the storyline, but the strap match is kind of like, is that going to be Dexter Lumis' thing now? Like every match he competes in is like a strap match.
That's true.
Because he did it with Roderick Strong back in over the summer.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then it's like, is he going to face everyone in the strap match?
That's going to be his match.
Yeah, that's going to be his thing. Not like I love Dexter Lumis. I love both characters. Like
I'll be straight up. Dexter Lumis, I'm iffy on. Like,
you are?
Yeah, like I'm not sold on him yet. Like I'm like
the thing is, his character is like, he makes you uncomfortable, And like, and that's his thing. That's he's supposed to do that. And that's what I like. I don't like being uncomfortable, but like, I like the way he portrays the character.
I know what you.
Yeah, it's like he does it well. He does it well. Like the way he just stares at you, doesn't say a word.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Did you see this segment last night?
Yes.
That was creative. That was creative.
It was dope. Can I also say that I hate the crowd? Can I just say that? I hate that nobody gave a reaction to that.
Oh yeah.
And they're just banging onto this thing like robots.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to bang on the wall.
Yeah, like at least like
give a reaction to what's
happening. If you're gonna be there front row, at least react. You know what I mean? Like
don't just because if you bang on the wall, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, like that was such a cool moment, and like I felt that took away from it because like there was no reaction. You just see them in the back like banging on the gate, and it's like okay.
Yeah.
But I did like the segment.
Yeah, that was cool.
I really like Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, he's a great in the ring, man.
Yeah,
it sucks that they're giving him all these losses, but like he's a great comedic character. Not gonna lie, great comedic character.
Yeah.
They should start treating comedic characters as like a great thing. Because if you're gonna make Cameron Grimes lose all these matches, and it's like, come on, he's got to go somewhere with this.
That's why I actually think he's winning this match.
You think he's winning?
Yeah, I think he's gonna I think he's gonna win.
Okay.
I think he's gonna win this match. Who you have?
I was gonna say Loomis, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cameron Grimes wins. But I think Loomis is gonna win this match. Especially like I know he won that. I don't know if did he win the yeah.
I don't even know what it was called, but yeah, he won.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking like that's if he's gonna win all these like dangerous matches, I don't think Cameron Grimes can handle it. But Dexter Loomis can because he's that guy. That you can put him in like any weird match, he'll win it.
Yeah,
and it's like
I kind of feel like he's gonna shock the world. Like like it's gonna be something simple to like.
He's probably gonna like cheat to win.
Yeah, like a simple roll up, holding the tights, holding the ropes.
Like, isn't the strap match like they have to tap every corner of the ring? Isn't that
to be honest? They change the rules every time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just like.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know what a strap match is anymore.
Because like sometimes they have it like that you have to tap every corner. Then there's some that it's just by submission. I think one time they did like it was strictly submission. Then they did one that was like pinfall. Then they went back to hitting the corner. It's weird.
Yeah.
I hate that they changed the rules on things like. That's even like sometimes with table matches. When they do table matches and it's a tag team, sometimes you have to put both guys through. Sometimes only one guy has to go through. Like, come up with one system, and then we can follow it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Sometimes they do ladder matches. Like it's
wasn't
pinfall.
The one, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember at the moment. Him and Roderick Strong. Was it every corner?
I don't know. I think it was a pinfall because I remember them going outside of the ring. Maybe that was after the match. I'm not sure. I think it was every corner. I think it was a corner thing. Because I remember, like, either during or after, they went outside the ring to fight with the straps attached to them.
Let's see, strap match. I'm gonna look this up real quick. But I think, like I said, I think Cameron Grimes is winning. I think he needs this win.
Yeah, I feel like
he's just been taking a whole bunch of L's.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Like I got Dexter Loomis, but I won't be surprised if Cameron Grimes wins this one. But it's Loomis's thing.
Yeah. Look, it was pinfall.
It was pinfall, see?
Yeah, and it was at the Great American Bash. But yeah, they always change it. Like it'll be pinfall. I like the corner thing.
Yeah.
I like it's just dope.
Yeah, it's cool. It's better than like you gotta like drag your opponent to every corner.
Yeah.
And it's like
but also they changed the name on it.
What was it?
Like I think there's one that they called like the bull rope match or whatever.
I forgot. I think it was like 2009. They did Umaga versus CM Punk. It was called the Samoan strap match or something like that.
Yeah.
It was they add something to it every time. I don't know.
Yeah, look like I remember as Texas bull rope match. JBL and Guerrero, they did that, the Texas bull rope match that they hit every corner. But then also they did a strap match that you have to hit every corner. It's just they're weird.
Yeah, it's weird with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking
to make up their mind.
Yeah, I'm as like that's gonna be like another match like similar to the Ciampa and Thatcher match. It's like I like this a little bit different because I like the storyline. I like what I've been building the storyline.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this match yet. I just gotta watch it to see what happens. Maybe it'll be better than I think. But I love the storyline though. I thought it would have ended already by Halloween Havoc. I thought that would have been the last match.
I thought that was it.
Yeah, but then I guess this bummer match. Gotta wait and see what happens. It's probably gonna be the last match between them two.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think Loomis should go like for a belt or something. Him versus like Priest or him versus Gargano should definitely be like a match I would want to see.
Him versus Priest would be lit.
Yeah, because he needs to go against big guys. I think even against Gargano, because Loomis is not even that tall himself. He looks tall, but he's not. He's like 6'2", 6'3".
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, he looks tall. And then let me switch up.
Yeah, I know he was taller than that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because Damian Priest is like 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, he's 6'2". Yeah, 6'2".
Yeah, 6'2". Yeah, so
wow.
He looks tall because he always goes against shorter guys. So might as well put him against. So might as well put him against like a Damian Priest or. That's the thing. They don't have a lot of big guys now in NXT.
But also I think they put him against the smaller guys to make him look.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. They're gonna make him look big. Yeah. Which works out because I thought he was taller.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked. But it's cool though. He's got to go against bigger names and bigger guys.
Yeah.
Bigger storylines.
Definitely.
That would be cool for me to see him do that. What about the North American Championship match, the triple threat between Leon Ruff, Damian Priest, Gargano? What are your thoughts on that?
Who you got?
I got Gargano winning it back.
You got Gargano?
Yeah. I have a feeling he's gonna low key win it back in a way.
I got Ruff, baby. I think he's gonna pull it out. I think it's gonna be random. I think he's gonna pin Priest.
Okay. I can see that happening.
Yeah, like I think okay. Like right now he's a comedic guy.
Yeah.
They're using him as he won, like, and I think he's gonna defend it. I think he's gonna keep the belt. I would like to see that. I would like to see where they would go with him.
Yeah.
Because he's not bad. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's not bad. Good. He's not bad in the ring.
And I would love to see him pin Priest after he helped him win.
Yeah.
Or even just pin Gargano and clean. Like,
yeah, Damian Priest does his finisher to Gargano, and then Leon Ruff takes the pin.
Yeah.
And then he helps him
he
there.
He hits something on Priest and then just pins Gargano.
Yeah.
Like something that's heelish, but not really. Like.
Yeah, like, oh, thank you for helping me win. Like, I didn't help you. Like, I was supposed to win that. But the thing I like the most, and I'm actually excited for, is the actually 3 Scream guys. There's a 3rd Scream guy helping out with it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering who they are. I'm confused, but like at the same time, I feel like they're not gonna reveal themselves on Sunday. So I don't know how I feel if they're gonna do something with them. They should, because if you put Gargano in like a faction kind of thing, that'd be cool to see happen.
Do you think it's NXT guys or do you think it's new signings?
I think. Okay, so this is what I think. At first, when it was just one person last week, I still kind of think one of them is Austin Theory.
Oh yes, you talked about that after the Halloween Havoc episode. Yeah.
But the Halloween Havoc one was Indy Hartwell.
Yeah.
But then there was a new one last week. So I think the new one, that one that showed up last week, was Austin Theory, because he.
I still don't think that was the one that helped him beat Priest, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that there's 3 of them, and they all helped him in some sort of way.
Yeah.
But I think there's a gut feeling that I feel like one of them is Austin Theory. I have a feeling he's somewhat tied into the storyline and been one of them. But I feel like I don't know. I don't even know who the other 2 are. I wouldn't get who the other 2 are. I think the other 2, the 2 other people I was thinking at first, because they signed with NXT yesterday, the 2 other Radicals.
Yeah.
I could feel like it's them.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
But then again, why would the 3rd one's not even signed? Trey is not even signed. So I don't think they would do anything with them without Trey. They probably just have them 2 on their own until Trey signs, if he signs with them.
Yeah.
But that's why I
offered him a contract.
They didn't even offer him a contract?
I said if they even offered him one. That'd be crazy if they didn't.
Yeah. Because there's no way they're gonna just bring in 2 of them, not the 3rd one. Unless the 3rd one decided to turn it down and is waiting until later to do it. I don't know. It could have been his choice. But I feel like it's probably Austin Theory and the both Rascals. If it could probably be 2 other people completely different. But I
Yeah.
also feel like they might pull like a typical move where it's like they don't even reveal themselves, and it's just three Scream guys just helping him out for no reason. I don't think like obviously there's people under there, but like I don't think they're ever gonna reveal themselves
Yeah.
at all. So that's kind of like what I'm heading towards. I don't know.
Nah, I
You
feel you.
got
I thought it was cool in the segment when they just showed up behind him
yeah, that was
at the end
cool.
of the match. That was dope. That was
Yeah,
dope.
that was awesome. I was like, what the hell? I was like, there's two of them now. And then this morning he posted a photo
With
with three
3,
behind him. Yeah, so I'm
which I don't know
like
where the third one came from.
yeah. Because the one in the middle was taller than the other two. So I'm like, wait, who's tall? Like all of them are taller than Gargano. So I'm like, wait a second, I gotta figure this
Yeah.
out. But
And
this
maybe
is
he is trying to build the faction. Maybe he got like a tag team and a big guy.
yeah, maybe.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that would be cool. 'Cause I feel like that's something that he needs. Because I'm like starting to lose faith in him by himself.
I would
Um,
like that to see him lead a faction. That would be
yeah,
cool.
because I feel like he needs something different for him, and this is a different like Gargano faction,
Yeah.
which would be cool. I would definitely be seeing that happening. Which I would want to see at next year's War Games if that happens. Call it right now, Gargano faction versus Undisputed Era. Ooh.
Ooh.
Because
That'd be fire.
Gargano's never competed in a War Games match, which I'm surprised in because I thought he would have been that in that match already.
Really?
Yeah, the first one,
Wow.
yeah, they have him.
That's crazy. I
Because
didn't even think of that.
yeah, Tommaso Ciampa has. He was in last year's, but I don't.
Yeah. That was the one that
Gargano,
Owen showed up, right?
yeah. Because
That was
Gargano
fire.
needs to be in the War Games before he gets called up. That's one thing that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Gargano in the War Games. Because him in a steel cage,
War Games is just
amazing, man.
yeah.
Yeah, because all
I
those
still
guys who compete in a steel cage match, no matter who's in it, always delivers. Like they always
yeah.
go hard in those matches. And that's what I love about NXT.
Yeah,
They always go hard.
I still hate that they have the open top, but it is what it is.
Yeah, wasn't it always like a cell on top of a cell, something like that. Like multiple
Yeah,
cells.
they try to do that. Yeah, it was like called like War Games 2.0 or something like that.
Oh,
But at first it was just the regular setup, the two rings, but had a
a Hell in a
cage on
Cell
the
kind
top.
of.
Yeah,
Okay,
it had like the cage on the top, so like they would hang and like do moves, like
yeah.
do Hurricane Ranas and shit. Like it was
But I
dope.
get I think I like it better without it because then they can go on top of it and just jump off.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I guess it's cool because now most of the guys are athletic enough to do that.
Yeah.
When
That's
it first started, it was like Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen versus Dusty Rhodes and his team. So it was like
yeah.
nobody flying from the top.
Yeah, really.
Like I
Yeah,
think
no
it
one's
was
jumping off in the
because
middle.
I think it was the Four Horsemen and then Dusty Rhodes' team for the first one was Dusty, the Road Warriors, and the fourth guy slipping my mind. But it was nobody that was jumping from the top.
Yeah. No one's doing that.
No shot.
um, so who do you have winning the triple threat match? No, you said Leon Ruff, right?
I got Leon Ruff, yeah.
Bet.
Think
I
he's
still
gonna
got
pull it
Gargano.
up.
I still got Gargano winning it
I think,
back.
I think it'll make sense for him to win it back, but I just don't want to see it. Like I feel like
Yeah.
he doesn't need it, but then again, it's Gargano.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't really need it, but I guess it's
Yeah.
like it's whatever. They have to do something with him. They can't just like leave it alone, just have him do nothing for a long period of time. So I guess like if he's a champion, he's defending against different guys, that'll probably help him and them too. In the long run.
Yeah.
Maybe he does go against Loomis, and then maybe Loomis beats him for it, and then that develops Loomis more.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm really impressed with how Leon Ruff and Damian Priest have been built up with this feud. That it's been working. Both of them have impressed me more than before.
I think that's why Leon Ruff is gonna turn on him. Well, not turn on him, but steal the win from him. I think he's gonna steal the win from Priest. And then we're gonna see. I think we'll see Gargano either if he doesn't win the belt, he's gonna slowly fade out of that storyline and get into another one.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have Ruff versus Priest for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe to like the takeover whenever the next takeover is.
Yeah. Hopefully, I really want to see more takeovers now. Especially when there's no crowd, they just literally do anything. They can come up with a random name like they've done with 3130, and then in your house, stuff like that. They could come up with random themes. I feel like Halloween Havoc should have been a takeover.
It should have been, but I think they didn't do it because Halloween was on a Saturday, and they know
People are gonna be out.
Nobody's sitting down to watch a pay-per-view Halloween night, which it would have been cool and fit the theme more.
Exactly.
But I think they would have been like, nah.
No one's gonna see this right now.
Yeah, even though they're on the network and like ratings don't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing. Like, right now, you could do all the events you want on the network. You know what I mean? Like, ratings don't matter. It's always gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like, all these other companies have to worry about pay-per-views. Like, they gotta worry about the ratings. They gotta make sure people buy it. What's the buy rate? All this other stuff. WWE, they're still on pay-per-view, but most of their fans have the network, and that's how everybody watches the pay-per-views.
Exactly. You can go back and watch it as many times as you want.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure they have a system where there's ratings for the live pay-per-view, but they don't matter because you can always catch up on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure more people watch the pay-per-view Mondays before Raw than they watch it live on Sundays.
Exactly.
Especially people that work and stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. Definitely. So for the the women's War Games match.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Which War Games is the main event?
Because
the website I'm looking at right now has Shotzi and Candice as the main event.
I would say the Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee one is the main event.
That one, so too.
That one has the longer story to it. I mean, that's like the Shotzi versus Candice 3 one could be the main event match, but I feel like there's more to Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
and that could probably be a bigger story and a bigger ending to it than the women's match.
Gotcha. So
I feel
first.
Like, I would probably do that way.
I would do that way too. I would actually have the women open the show.
Open the show.
I would have them open the show. Open the show hot. Open the show.
Yeah.
Off.
Didn't they open the show last year too?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember that was the first thing that happened.
Because I feel like there's not. I don't want to like shit on anybody, but I don't think any of these matches right now on the card are like an opening match.
Besides the War Games ones.
Yeah. No, and also not because of who's in the match. It's War Games. Like, people want to see the War Games matches. So I think just to start it off hot, you start off with the women, then you go to the strap match. You go to the championship match with Gargano, and then you do the Tommaso match, and then the War Games. Yeah. I think it just makes sense to do it that way.
So for the women's match, who do you got winning? You got Team Shotzi, Ember Moon, Io, and then Rhea Ripley versus, I feel like the more dominant squad, Candice LeRae, Tony, Raquel, and Dakota Kai. I got Team Candice with this one.
They're both
dominant. Yeah, they're both. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I think it's evenly matched, if you ask me.
Yeah, like, come on, Rhea Ripley is on Shotzi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you look at these names, like, right now on the main roster, you couldn't get me excited about women's 4-on-4 match. You couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, if you came to me and you were like, yo,
give me 4-on-4,
even when they did the Survivor Series match, I told you, I'm not, like...
Yeah.
It was like...
They used the wrong people. They couldn't...
Even that, but, like, even if you used... I don't even know who you could use to make me excited for it. You know what I mean? Like, not shitting on the women, but, like, NXT just got
better division
lineup right now in the women's division that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. Look at the lineup for this match. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, they have it as the main event, even though I think Undisputed Era, like, the men are main eventing because of the way the storyline is, and also it's Undisputed Era. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of wouldn't be angry though. I wouldn't be angry to see the women go on last.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I wouldn't be mad, but I'm gonna have to say Team Shotzi.
Yeah, me too. I think they need to win more than Team Candice does.
But
because you have
has a squad.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to say. I can't. I want to say Team Shotzi, but I can't. Like, Team Candice also has a squad too. It's like, what do I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I can't be one. You know what? You pick. Who you got?
I'm gonna have to say Team Shotzi. I'm gonna have to stay with them
Okay, you're gonna
because
go with Shotzi. I'll go with Candace.
okay, bet.
We gotta go against each other
Yeah, we gotta
because
go against
this
it.
lineup for this match,
It's
yo,
crazy. I
like,
can't.
come on,
I can't decide. It's so hard. I can't even.
yeah,
I feel like Shotzi needs it more though because you have the women's champion on there, and you
yeah,
have Rhea Ripley, two of the hottest like careers in the NXT right now. You can't build up Candice LeRae, and I mean you could build up that team, but like that team, they already had tons of losses in their career. You know, you want to build up, continue building up Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai, have them win, and Shotzi Blackheart too. That'll boost their stock more, and Ember Moon.
yeah,
Both of them. Ember had a big return last takeover. You know, you have Io Shirai as a champion. Rhea Ripley has had an amazing 2020, and then Shotzi, who's a rising star in the company. I feel like that's a better thing than having four Heagles who hasn't been on the same stock ever since they've been in NXT this year.
yeah, but Dakota Kai, come on, Tony Storm.
Yeah, I know it's hot.
They're already on another level that would just elevate them.
Yeah.
It's just a tough call. It's one of those matches that's just like I just want to see it.
Yeah,
We'll see what
see it. Like,
happens.
yeah,
Like, we'll see
I
what
wouldn't be mad
happens.
who wins because
Yeah, I'm not mad. Like, I wouldn't be mad.
as long as they
the
have
NXT.
as long as all 8 of them have an amazing performance in the match, then I wouldn't be too mad at it because
I'm not even gonna doubt that they're not showing up that night. Like, they're gonna.
yeah, they're gonna go off. Everyone's gonna.
They're gonna try to steal the show.
Yeah,
And I
definitely.
think they might.
That's why they should open it. They start from Hoff in the beginning of the show. Just have a opening match that's 10 out of 10. You have each competitor go off in the match. Is it elimination or is it like a single pinfall?
Nah, I think it's one pinfall.
One pinfall. All right. So who do you think should take the pinfall for your team? And who should they pin?
Who should get the pinfall?
Yeah, who should get it and who should they pin for it? Like who on the other team should they pin?
Whoever wins this on Team Candace should pin the champ, Shirai. I think. And that lead, because right now there's no really storyline for her. There's no really like they don't have nobody lined up right now.
That's why they probably put her in the match.
And I think this match is gonna lead up to it. So if she does get pinned, that leads up to okay, I pinned you. I get a title shot. And I don't know. That's a tough question.
I know.
We've seen her versus Candice.
You've seen her versus Dakota Kai already. Yeah. So it's probably gonna be like Raquel Gonzalez or something, or Toni Storm. Maybe people aren't expecting it.
Do I want Raquel to pin her? That's the question. No. Do I want to see her in a championship match right now at this very moment? You know what I mean? Like I think she should get a shot at the title. I don't think this is the time. I think you get Toni Storm to get the pin.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that would be fire.
I think have her go against Io Shirai for once.
Ooh.
And then because I kind of want to see Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm feud, especially since they had their history for NXT UK, since they had that beef already.
Oh yes, but let's say they put the belt on Toni. Let's say they put it on Storm. Now you got her versus Ripley for the title. Ooh. Night before Mania. Ooh.
Rhea Ripley didn't beat her for it. Damn, that's
a match right there.
Yeah. Then you have because the thing is with Rhea Ripley too. She should go and feud against different people from now on. Like you already had to go against Dakota. What's her name? Raquel Gonzalez. They should have a go against Candice LeRae one night takeover. Another one against Dakota Kai.
So I think,
and then build her up.
I think the way they should do this, if they give her the belt, if they give Storm the belt, right?
Yeah.
This is like in a perfect world. Because I got nothing against Shirai. I like her. She's a great champion. How long she's been champion?
Since
when did she win it?
In June. I think it's in June.
Was it?
I'm gonna say June. I'm assuming so.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hold on.
Takeover in your house. It was at.
It was at in your house.
Yeah.
Yes.
June.
Yes.
Okay, I was right. All right.
Yeah, it was a triple threat.
That was the match.
You can have her lose. You can have her lose like the next takeover. Like or even do like one of those special Wednesday episodes they have if they want to do like
A Christmas
before.
one.
Yeah, like because I don't know. This is too close to do one next month.
Yeah. The
This is
next
too
month is
close
way
to
too.
do
Yeah.
one.
Do one in
For
February. Do
Royal
one.
Rumble.
Yeah.
Do one, but don't even do a takeover. Do, like I said, a Wednesday show that's just a themed show that has all the champions on the line. Like that's supposed to be a takeover, but not really a takeover.
Yeah.
It's not on the network. It's live on Wednesday. I would say she loses it there. I would have her lose it there to Tony, and I would have Ripley and go against maybe
Dakota Kai.
Lorray
Yeah.
or
Lorray.
Kai for number one contender.
Or have
Same night.
the rest of the like a 6-person gauntlet or something.
You
And
could
then Ripley win.
You could really do. Let's see. You could really do like a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
For number one contender. You know what I mean? You could do like a fatal 4-way. Even have like qualifying matches because their roster goes that deep with women's division.
Exactly.
So like you can do that, have her win it that same night, and then set up for the
Tony
real
versus,
takeover before Mania.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then it's questionable because then it's like we want to see Rhea Ripley be champion, but also we like Toni Storm, and she also just won it. Will she lose it?
Yeah.
That quickly? You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Because that's like 3 months.
It builds to the story. Because if she wins in the middle of February or the beginning of February, I think Mania is the last week of March.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a hold it for a month, but then that adds to the storyline. Do you think she's gonna lose it? You think you know what I mean? Like it builds suspense for that match.
Yeah. And then that built up Toni Storm. I mean, Ripley more. It's like, oh, she's beat her in a month. That's quick.
And that's what I like about NXT because you can't do that on the main roster. If somebody wins the world title, you know they're not losing it
right away.
You know what I mean?
Except for Randy Orton, who did it recently, but
but that was even he held it for one pay-per-view, right?
It was like no, not even. Like it was like 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. But that was, I think he was just holding it, like he was just.
Mate, that's part of the storyline. You know he was wasn't holding that long.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not really. But yeah, so like you could have like you said, Toni Storm win it and then have her hold it for like 2 months and then lose it.
Yeah, but I think one of them should pin Shirai. Whoever wins for Team Candace, if they win, should pin Shirai.
Yeah, I don't think the rest of them should. I don't think Rhea Ripley should be pinned. I don't think Ember Moon should be pinned or Shotzi. I think it has to be your Shirai to set up that match.
Who would you have if your team won? Who you got pinning?
I wouldn't be mad at anyone. Because the thing is, actually anyone except for Io Shirai. Because I don't think Io Shirai needs to win since she's champion already. Yeah. She's just there just to be there to help out. I don't think she needs to be the one winning for her team.
I would probably have Shotzi.
Pin. Exactly. That could
do it like on. I don't know if I would do it on Lorray, but maybe do it.
I would.
Storm. You would do it on Lorray?
Yeah, because they have that history already.
That's true. Yeah.
So they get revenge on breaking her tank.
That's true. Yeah.
But one thing I saw on Twitter yesterday that'd be fun. I think it'd be funny to do is have the whole team come out on a tank, like come through on a tank, rolling up.
That would be dope.
Like a big ass tank just coming through,
and then like be cool.
Yeah. I wonder where they get those tanks from. Like, who? Like, they went last year at Survivor Series when NXT just rolled up a tank.
Yeah, and then like a few years before that, DX came out on a tank.
Yeah,
they just got a tank chilling in their warehouse.
Yeah, they got tanks. They got mad tanks on there.
Yeah, like
use one of them. I don't
know. Who just owns a tank? Like,
like, let's buy a tank and use it for NXT. That's random. Yeah, but yeah, I'll probably have Shotzi pin Candice LeRae, or probably have I'll probably just do that. That'll probably boost her. They'll probably even have her go up against Io Shirai. And then I'll probably be one of those matches that happens in one of those special NXT episodes, those events they have. And then then you probably have like Rhea Ripley. Like, I feel like Rhea Ripley should have been the one turning heel instead of Toni Storm.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'll be
fits
best.
her character more.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Joy
I can't.
Storm is like, I
She's
don't know how
she's
to
yeah,
explain it. Like she's
yeah. It's
just
like
a baby face. Like
yeah, she's a
that's
baby
not.
face that's been a heel for a little bit. And it's like, come on, like
It
I don't
just
get it.
doesn't fit her character.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like a born baby face. Like
But I
there's
guess
people
like
that shouldn't turn heel or be heel, and I think she's one of them. Like
yeah, because I understand probably why like they didn't want Rhea Ripley and Raquel Gonzalez on the same team.
yeah,
They would have been too dominant. But like I feel like eventually they should turn one of those four babyface, and then turn Rhea Ripley heel. So I have
yeah,
an even amount of baby faces and heels instead of most of them heel.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but then like I feel like eventually like when if the Tony Storm versus Rhea Ripley happens, or if we go against like Shotzi Blackheart versus Rhea Ripley, turn one of those four like turn like Ken like Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez babyface, then have Rhea Ripley turn heel. You know, because I feel like that would have been cool to happen too. Like, it's a 2-for-1 deal. Two of them to babyface,
Yeah,
one of them turns heel, and yeah, Rhea Ripley become a bigger star that way. Um, this past year has been like her year, but it's like she's been babyface. Have her go back to heel. I love the heel Rhea Ripley more than babyface Rhea Ripley, even though
oh
she's
yeah,
had a great
definitely.
year. It's like I love Rhea Ripley heel. You know, that's
Yeah,
what
I feel you on that.
she needs to both turn heel and win the NXT Women's Championship one more time before she gets called up to the main roster. I think that
Yeah,
would be better. And then she gets called up as a heel to the main roster, going up against like a Sasha Banks or Bianca Belair
ooh,
or something. Because
yeah,
right away, she needs to go up against one of those people.
yeah. She
Um,
can't just come in and let her like chill in the main roster. They got to put her
they're
in a
gonna,
meaningful
yeah,
role right away.
yeah. That's what I feel like needs to happen. Like this 2021 needs to be the call up of the women's division. Like a lot of women's wrestlers need to be called up to the main roster.
Yo, their division is stacked,
Yeah,
and that's the good part. Like you could call 3 people up, and you still got a
yeah,
division.
yeah,
Like it was tough when they kept taking like the top guys in the span of a couple months.
yeah,
I mean, it was a weird time, and I
yeah.
feel like they stopped doing that for a while because they saw how it was affecting the brand. Like for a while, NXT was um not that it was bad, but it was just in a questionable position
Because yeah,
when they lost all the top stars. I think that was like a couple years ago.
yeah. Because
And
there was a point where they called up mad people, and then like at once for no reason. Then this year, they just randomly like I think the top two people they called up was Shayna Baszler and Bianca Belair.
yeah, like I think they had a rough time NXT after Bobby Roode left.
Yeah,
After Bobby Roode left, that's when because before that they called up Nakamura and all, and then Bobby Roode was the last one just there as champion. And when he got called up, that's when Drew was there. And when Drew was there, they like
started building up all these other guys in the meantime.
yeah, like they had to. They had no other choice. They
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to build up these other guys. And then it just so happened that Adam Cole got signed a few months later, and it really helped NXT.
yeah. That was like the luckiest thing they've ever done. Like that was the
Yeah,
greatest movie. Because without that, I don't know what they would have done without Adam Cole.
because who was McIntyre fighting at that Brooklyn
I
takeover?
think it was. It probably been Andrade. Might have been Andrade
Yeah, because it was at that questionable stage that Andrade,
and Aleister Black. That was it. It
Gargano,
was
yeah,
Aleister. Yeah.
it was that questionable time that they were stars, but like,
They were still getting built up until that.
yeah,
Yeah.
because people only knew them as NXT guys. Like all these other guys that were getting called up were from different companies.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when the Kevin Owens, the Finn Balor's, the Samoa Joes, like they were all in there and was like, "Yo, this is
Yeah.
NXT's crazy right now." And then they started calling them up, and I was like, oh, "Okay, cool, but like, chill, wait, we're still trying to build up these stars."
Yeah.
I think that's when, and I think that's when they did a good job at like Gargano, Tommaso, Andrade, them all stepping up and being
Yeah.
like, "Yo, we got this."
Because they were like still on the rise in the independent scene. Then when they got to NXT, they built them up even more. That
Yeah,
was even the better part. Like they
yeah,
saved them right there. That's
yeah,
what
because
yeah.
it helped them out because like even though it's looked at as a questionable time for casual people that didn't know Andrade from Mexico, who didn't know Gargano from the Indies because he wasn't on TNA or New Japan. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It was one and Tommaso. It was still like, oh, but then when Drew came back, it was like, okay, okay, we got somebody now. and then they started signing people slowly. Matt Riddle got signed, and was like, okay,
Yeah.
I know this guy a little bit. And then also he was also questionable, not to us fans, but like people that don't follow the indies, because he was never on a big platform. He was never on New Japan, Ring of Honor, Impact. He was on the indies. He was like an Evolve and doing stuff overseas. So like you had to be a real indie fan to know these people. All the other guys that got signed beforehand, like I said, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, you knew them already. Nakamura, because they were so big in other companies. These guys were coming from straight indies. And Andrade, even though he was coming from Mexico, he was a big deal. People didn't think that way. People were like, I don't really, like, not a lot of people watch
Mexico.
like AAA and stuff like that. So, like, they had a rough time at that moment trying to build people up. So I think right now, like, with the women's division, you can call up 3 people.
And they'll still have a stacked
roster. Hurt your roster.
Yeah.
Like, if you call up, let's look at
like
we could do it right now from
the WARGAMES. Yeah.
If you call up LeRae, Rhea Ripley, and Io Shirai, you still got Ember Moon, Dakota Kai, Toni Storm. Like, you still got a stacked roster.
And you can still help build up the rest of the women's division.
Exactly. And just keep signing people and building up the roster even more. But don't do like the main roster where you got so many people
and not doing anything with.
Yeah, you don't got nothing for them. Because I feel like we talked about this in an earlier episode, that they were just signing people because they had hype.
Yeah.
Like, they were just
not because they didn't have anything with them. They just signed them like, okay, what do we do?
Like even with the AJ, Vince heard about AJ versus Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom and was like, cool. Sign him.
Yeah.
Who is AJ? So you think he's gonna get a reaction?
Yeah.
He was probably to get him to go to NXT, and he was like, they were probably like pushing him, like,
he was too big of a name to do it. Yeah.
But Vince just sees WWE, so he probably didn't even know AJ Styles,
like how big he was.
Or he just heard he had that one match with Nakamura in New Japan and was like, let's sign him. Let's see what happens. I think they did the same thing with the club. They were like, they're with him. Let's just sign him too.
Yeah.
And that's why the club never really did anything, because they really had nothing for them.
Yeah.
Like, planned. But I think, like, going back to the women, they got a stacked roster. I think they, like you said, 2021, they need to start calling up women, because the main roster, wow. Even
if Charlotte and Becky come back, they still need to build the rest of the women's division.
Yeah, because the women's we're not sharing on the women's
division. Yeah. I'm not like trying to bring them down.
It's just the same people we've seen. Like, when was the last time we got a call up?
This year, Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler.
Where is she? She got called up the night after Mania. She came out. Haven't seen her. We didn't see her for months.
She's feuding with Bayley at the moment, so I'll give her that. Yeah. I'll give her that, because her move to SmackDown was the best thing they could do for her.
But tell me we didn't see her till after the draft.
Yeah,
we saw her the night after Mania and was like, oh, she called up.
Yeah,
didn't see her till September. It was
they had nothing for her. They don't have things. They don't plan things out properly there.
Yeah, but it's just tough, because it's like she was doing all these great stuff in NXT. You pull her from that, and now you got nothing for her. She's just waiting around for something. Now, at least, if you put more women in there, if you do like 3, I won't say more than 3. I would say like 2 or 3. It gives new faces. It gives new faces for them.
I would call up tag teams too. I would call up Breezango. Send them over to like SmackDown or something. You sign the Rascals, so you have them. You have Grizzly Young Veterans.
So you're not really like losing anything if you call it up tags, especially if you're signing tag teams.
Exactly. They should like start, like I said in previous episodes, create tag teams. You could literally create tag team, put the people together.
They signed a whole bunch of
Yeah. Because you have
before you introduce them on TV, or even if they're introduced on TV already, before they go to that main roster, just make them a tag team.
Yeah, and then just like 2 random people that we've never seen before. Just put them.
Oh my God, their name is slipping me now. Who was that group? The forgotten. What were they called? Oh my God, Blake was in it.
Forgotten Sons.
Yes, the Forgotten Sons.
You forgot the name. Hey, where's the name? The name where?
They they were just made in a tag team. Like Blake was with Murphy for a time,
Yeah.
and didn't work out. They said, "All right, cool, we're gonna take him out, join him with them." They all got beards and long hair. Let's just put them together, see what happens, and it worked.
It worked,
And when
exactly.
they got called to the main roster, you never questioned them as a made up tag team because
They were
most of the people didn't see them, and also I feel NXT is a time to experiment with stuff.
exactly. That's the point of NXT, and they're not even taking advantage of that.
Because even women, you could make tag teams. You got no
Exactly.
women's tag teams.
Exactly. You could literally do that. That's the
Like, you
point.
could put tag teams together and just make them out the blue and
It,
just be
it
like,
doesn't have to
this is,
work at first. They can just put random
yeah,
people, came up with a gimmick. I don't know, something.
yeah, just see what works and then
Yeah,
bring them up and be like, this is your new women's team.
exactly.
Like,
If
it
you
just
had,
makes sense.
yeah, you have a Raquel Gonzalez and a Dakota Kai. Even though they're not considered a tag team, they're still a duo who can compete for tag teams like that. That's dope.
Exactly.
But for we get into the last match of the night, of course, the Undisputed Era and Pat McAfee's team, the one I'm looking toward the most.
Yeah.
Who do you got winning that match?
Yeah. Team McAfee.
You got Team McAfee. I got Undisputed Era. I got Undisputed.
Got Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
I want to see Undisputed Era win.
Yeah.
I think McAfee's team got this. I think they're gonna win. I think Undisputed Era got some tension going on.
Ooh. You think so?
Right? Did you peep that? With O'Reilly and Cole? What was that, last week?
Really? I didn't
That they
notice.
had like a little, was it last week? Or like 2 weeks ago? I don't know. There was times that they like during a promo, they just got into it and they had like a little stare off.
I never noticed that. I didn't even know.
Oh, now you gotta make me look that up. Am I just
Oh
imagining
man,
things?
damn, that just changes all.
But I feel I think something's gonna happen. Be crazy if someone turns.
And a new person joins? You think that them are gonna join in or like leave? I don't think anybody's gonna leave. I think it's too soon. So? No.
I don't know.
Not just yet though. Not just yet. I don't think it's.
Look,
I think it's too soon for them to join.
Give me why you think Undisputed Era. Why I look this up because I need to find this now.
Okay, so like I understand like Pat McAfee's group is like the new thing now, and Triple H probably wants them to win it, especially after he lost that last takeover. But I feel like Undisputed Era, especially with their record in War Games, they lost the last two. It would be dumb to put them, to give them this year's loss, like their straight loss in the game in the War Games. So if you want to make them a dominant group again, have them win, a War Games. They're baby faces now, so they can go for the win this time. I think that's the theme of the War Games. A babyface team has to win it, and especially if you're gonna have a stronger group than Undisputed Era, you're gonna have them for a win, somehow. I don't think anybody's gonna turn. I think it's too soon for them to turn on one another. I think just wait a little bit longer to have that happen. Then you have McAfee's win. I just feel like I just feel like it's not right to have Undisputed Era lose this one. It just looks bad on them. So if you're gonna have Undisputed Era win this match, then you had to do it now. It's a 4. When was the last time they went in a 4-4? I think it was last year's War Games. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And they haven't had a great 4-4 record anyway. So I feel like they need to win. They need to win this one to make themselves look even stronger than they were before when they had the titles.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it does make sense for them to win. I just think, slowly they're placing the seeds, or at least it's making it make you think that there's tension in the group. Now I can't find the clip, but I saw the clip, and they had like a little stare down, and I was like, oh shoot, maybe this is leading to something.
Like I said, like I don't think it's the proper time to have them split up. Like if there were like somebody else that was like somewhat involved in this storyline where you could be like, okay, we can kick someone out and add someone in new in it, then yeah, that probably makes sense. But I don't think they're gonna go back to 3 people. You know, I think four of them together work well as a group, and I just don't see anything. I don't see any of them turning on each other this Sunday, and costing them the match.
Either way, I think Team McAfee is gonna win. I think this because Undisputed Era, yeah, they need this win. but like this would really cement the McAfee team if they beat Undisputed Era in a war, like you know what I mean, like
yeah, that's a big match
in a
too.
war games, like it just makes sense. That would be it'll give them the shock factor of like, oh wow, like they actually beat them.
Yeah.
And they're like a dominant, like they're not like just nobodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. They're not like a random team.
but like right now, like when they beat who they beat for the tag teams, Breezango.
You're presenting, yeah.
It was with the help of McAfee. But at least now, if they beat Undisputed Era all together, it's like, oh wow, these guys not playing around. They're not playing around.
Yeah. I mean, this
Personally,
is what
I would love to see Undisputed Era win, but I think it would help Team McAfee more to win.
the reason why I love NXT is because, like, especially with this Sunday's War Games, basically all the matches are kind of like hesitant. Like, you don't know who's gonna win. You don't know who's like, it's like up in the air at this moment, and not like WWE where it's like kind of obvious who's gonna win it. And it's like you have to really think about it. Like, wait, if he wins, this can happen. If that person wins, this can happen. But there's so many different things. You can go either way and be like, oh shoot, this, like the both War Games matches. You can have the Shotzi's team win, but you can also have like, oh, but also Canada's team could win. Undisputed Era's team could win, but also Team McAfee's team can win. So it's like you go either way for every single match and any single match that happens in NXT. So it's like it's really questionable and up in the air for every single match there is. So that's why I'm like really excited, especially for War Games Sunday, to even say that.
And I feel like that's what every NXT card, and I love it because of that. Because there's that unpredictability in the air that's like we don't know who's gonna win. Like we said when we predicted Survivor Series, it was very straight down. It was like
it was like straightforward. We could pretty much we pretty much got all of them right. So it's like
like because it was just predictable. It was like,
that obvious,
These matches, like I can't tell you one that I'm very confident about.
Okay.
Because like even the match that they just made this morning, Tommaso and Thatcher.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't tell you because they're building up Thatcher, but Tommaso's Tommaso. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't know. Loomis and Grimes, like
who's gonna win that match?
Loomis could win it, but
Grimes can also be an upset.
Exactly. Triple threat match. Gargano or Priest could win, but Leon Ruff has been
on a roll.
Yeah, he could steal the win. The women are stacked. We talked about it. The men. Let's talk about the men too, because the men's match is stacked too. I don't want to put it past like that. We just hyped up the women, even though we should because of their division.
Yeah.
But like, of course, Undisputed Era is stacked. Like it's Cole O'Reilly, Strong, and Fish, right?
Yeah.
In McAfee's team is McAfee, Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan, and Pete Dunne. Like, where the hell did Pete Dunne come from? But I love it. You know what I mean?
Did you notice how orange he was last night? Was it me, or did you notice that too? He was like really orange.
Super tan.
Yeah. He was orange. I'm like, what the? He was so dark. I was like, what the hell's wrong? But yeah, like that's how like people are sleeping on Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Like both of them are really talented, but people aren't sleeping on them too. So it's kind of like I would say an evenly matched.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this match is like just all these matches are up in the air.
Yeah.
And that's why like either teams like for both matches, either team can win, and I wouldn't be mad. Like it's just gonna elevate whoever's on that team.
Yeah.
Undisputed Era, they're ready at the top. You know what I mean? Like whether they win or lose. If they win, that just adds another one. You know what I mean? Like that just brings them more up. If they lose, they're still gonna get the praise because they're Undisputed Era.
Exactly.
Especially if they show out like they usually like. There hasn't been one match that I've seen of Undisputed Era with any of them in it that was like he half-assed that match. Like like none of them have. I feel like that's a lot with NXT. Like this is not a lot of matches that you could be like, that guy don't care. Like he's just doing it just to do this match.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's a lot of matches on the main roster that you could tell are like lazy. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, I get it. Like it's not a pay-per-view or nothing. It's just a random Raw. But like NXT every Wednesday, putting on every week, and like even like we talked earlier, AEW. I feel like they deliver every week too.
Yeah.
Whether comedy, entertainment, like even though they're like, oh, we're a wrestling company, but like wrestling companies still has to be entertaining.
Yeah,
so like
they
I
do
feel
everything,
like, and I feel like that's why even though AEW usually wins, they're always like not that far apart.
Yeah, they're not like that.
It's never like a clean like blowout. The only time that has happened is when
AEW first started. I guess it was
when AEW first started, and when AEW is live and NXT isn't, or the other way around.
Yeah.
Remember that, or when they were really close, that was like exact kind of same numbers was when NXT was on Tuesday, when they did those 2 weeks on Tuesday, and then AEW was Wednesday. So it shows that everybody's trying to watch it, but it's at the same time.
Exactly. It's kind of hard to watch both, but it's like, which one do you watch?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, which one do I pick?
Yeah.
Like, I can only imagine, like, in the 90s, having to pick between WWF and WCW. Like, NXT and AEW kind of have that same thing, but not really. Like, they're both still on the rise. Like, there's not one like that this show is better than this. Like, I know AEW has more surprises, but that's because they're still new and they're still signing people.
Yeah.
So of course, every couple of weeks there's gonna be a surprise show up because they're still signing people.
Yeah, but NXT's been a thing for a while, so it's like, of course, they're gonna still announce things and still like have that thing.
NXT feels like it's better to announce it and just that's what it is. I feel. I think that's why AEW always wins, because AEW you have to watch.
Yeah.
AEW won't tell you somebody signed until they show up.
Yeah.
Sting showed up last night, and then all of a sudden on Instagram it was Sting is all elite. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they wait till after they show up to sign them, and be like, yo.
Yes. But then another example is yesterday WWE put out a photo of their new people.
The Rascals. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. We know they're here. They're dope. They're going to tell us when they're going to show up. They're not going to show up randomly. They're going to tell us they're coming next week or something. They're going to hype it up.
Yeah.
AEW is just going to throw it out there because they're still trying to find a formula.
Yeah.
They're still trying to figure out, like, how we get more views. I don't know, but, like, if we sign this guy, let's just have him show up.
Exactly.
And then it makes you, because let's say somebody was watching NXT last night, just strictly NXT. You're scrolling through Instagram in the middle of a commercial, and you see a post saying Sting is all elite. What? Now you got to go back to you got to switch back to the other channel, see what happened, and then you're going to be like, oh, man, I missed it. You know what you're going to do next week? You're probably going to watch AEW live and switch back and forth with NXT. You're not going to watch NXT live because now you want to know how the hell this Sting, what is that?
Yeah.
Why is he there?
Yeah.
WWE just like, well, not WWE. NXT still has surprises, but it's more of like not people. It's more the thing of like the match. It's like, oh wow, this match was like actually dope. This main event, like when Pat McAfee showed up, it was like a shock factor. But if you weren't watching it live, you missed out.
But before the pandemic before the pandemic hit, they used to have like recent signees at the takeovers. You know, like in the crowd, be like, oh, they were showing them on the screen, like, oh, shoot, he's here. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, that type of thing is cool because then it'd be like, why? That's their thing. You know, they have them in the crowd, and so that's how you know, like, they're here. This big name is here, and they're actually in the crowd. So I remember watching Drew McIntyre return. I'm like, wait, Drew McIntyre is here. He used to be like, that's a surprise. I didn't know he was gonna come back. Yeah. NXT and stuff like that. But then it's different now because you can't do that in the crowd.
Yeah, and I think that hurt them, like not showing them, but having it taped.
Yeah.
Because then it was like when I think it was Kushida when he showed up the first time, that was on a taped NXT, that it was all over the internet. It was like, look who just showed up at pre-taping for NXT.
I think someone leaked out the winner of the Keith Lee and Adam Cole match. Didn't someone leak that out too? Yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys in NXT. it was like, oh shoot, like, but still, it was like, I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, it's spoiled for me. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm still gonna watch it and be like, well, how did this happen?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
what happened
And someone
that
come
he
out.
won? Exactly. So it was their thing is more shock factor of matches and what happened.
Yeah.
AEW is more of like who shows up, and they'll still have their surprise moments. Like last week, I can't remember his name right now. He turned on Cody and joined Team Taz.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yes, Powerhouse. What a guy. He's
What a
actually
guy.
that match last night.
Awesome.
Didn't think he was that nice in the ring. He's actually dope.
Yeah.
He could hang in there.
Yeah.
But I think they both have their pros and cons, and that's why they're still neck and neck. There's no there's no definite like AEW is better, NXT is better, and I don't think it'll ever be like that. Because in the same way of WWF and WCW, the Monday Night Wars, it was like more people preferred WCW and more people preferred WWF. It wasn't like, oh, I don't. There was a lot of I don't like that company, so I like this. Or I don't.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that be like, oh, I don't like the way WWE is doing things. I'm watching AEW.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. Oh, Cody thinks he could just leave and start his own company. I'm watching NXT. Like,
yeah.
Wrestling's wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
enjoy what you enjoy.
I'm exactly.
Yeah.
You can enjoy WWE and both. Yeah, I watch both. I'm a fan of both.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm one of those people that I watch everything, and that's because I just
exactly.
Like
I just thought
wrestling, so
exactly.
And I watch stuff that like I even watch like MLW, New Japan. I'll catch a couple shows here and there just because I like wrestling, not because like, oh, this guy's on it, I'm gonna watch it. No, just check it out. See like, oh, who is signed on this?
Exactly.
By the way, Brian Pillman Jr. super nice.
Exactly.
Nice. Like
underrated, man.
He's getting his debut on Dynamite next week. Did you peep that?
Yep. Against FTR.
Like that. Yup, I like that. Their card next week, and I like that they do that. They hype up their whole card for the week before.
Yeah.
I like that. That whole card looks nice.
Already,
Even the tag match with the Bucks.
And TH2. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. But
so, I was going to end off with the question, but I didn't have enough time to prepare for the last question we asked because I thought I was doing something else this episode. But I'll ask a new one for the next time you guys meet. I'll do so for 2 weeks from now. The question is, if you were to have a War Games match with 4 other, we could do both men and women. If you have a complete other War Games match besides the original. Yeah, besides what's happening with 4 other people, who would you choose for those War Games matches and why?
Gotta be from NXT?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could choose a former NXT, like 1 or 2 former NXT superstars, both teams, but mainly NXT guys.
Mainly, gotcha. I like that question.
Yeah. So this has been episode number 13 of the Ring Fanatics Podcast. I'm Nick, your host, Joel, my co-host. We'll see you guys next time.
Catch you.